Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about how to wrap up the sales call. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. I have my new book in Japanese, Zaegyo, and very shortly my latest book called Stop Wasting Money on Training will be available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive in business. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 303. And today we are talking about the final 5 minutes of your sales call. A miraculous thing often happens when I'm meeting clients for the first time. We have had our meeting. I'm closing up my organizer where I've been taking my notes. I'm getting ready to leave when they will drop some major insight or important piece of information on me. It is always a bit fraught because the meeting has obviously ended. I'm already packed up and I cannot easily unpack the organizer and start making additional notes. I have to wait till I'm out of sight to then grab that vital titbit or garnish that they have added and record it before I forget it. I've come to realize that the way I run the meeting isn't allowing for these opportunities. Naturally, I'm running the meeting rather than the client. I have the navigation in mind. I know where we have to get to and how we will get there. It revolves around me directing the action because that is my job in sales. Asking intelligent questions and listening carefully for the answers is the sales life. Many salespeople reading or listening to this will have no idea what I'm talking about. They think the job is to do all the talking, batter the buyer with data and information, and through force of will, wrestle the buyer to the ground and get them to sign the order form. They are pitch people, not salespeople. And there is a vast difference between the two. In the course of asking questions, I'm searching for opportunities to ask something in a way that stops the buyer in their tracks. I want them mentally reeling back and thinking, I haven't thought about that, or I haven't prepared for that. I want to bring them to a point of realization that if they don't buy my solution, life will be grim. The business will suffer. The future looks bad, etc. Now, I could just tell them all of these things as a statement, but that's not effective. If I make these statements, the buyer is thinking, well, of course, he would say that. He's trying to sell me something. Instead, I want to ask a question in such a way in which the buyer has to agree with the proposition. When the buyer accepts the idea, they are saying it, and so it is true. I might say something like, if there was a way to make sure your key people are not going to be poached by the current horde of ravenous recruiters who are constantly scouring firms like yours for bodies to move to your competitors to collect their 40% first-year salary fee, would that help to keep your business from instability? Perhaps this client wasn't aware that recruiters are getting paid so much for lifting people out of companies like theirs, or that there was so much of this poaching going on. Maybe they were aware, but they hadn't concentrated on the problem until they brought it up. I am purposely using highly evocative language, drawing word pictures of disaster, doom, and construction. Poached, horde, ravenous, scouring, competitors, 40% fee, instability. The question is also framed in a way which the only logical answer is yes. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being brought to you by, on the 24th of August, our Dale Carnegie course. This is our flagship course, and we are the only place you can get this course because it's a very unique program. It's a sort of omnibus approach because it answers a lot of needs in the one program. You know, if you want to do sales, then you've got to go and do sales training, you know. If you want to do presentation skills, you do presentation skills training. If you want to do leadership, then you do leadership training. But this one, it brings together leadership, communication skills, it brings together stress management skills, it brings together people skills, and it also gives you an outlook, a mindset, an attitude, a view to expand your world, to take yourself into areas where you're not confident, where you've not been before, you're off the map, you're pioneering into some new areas, you're taking on new projects, you're taking on challenges, you're doing something that is going to advance your career. There are risks attached to doing something that is new. That's why most people don't want to do it. That's why most people put their head down, look at their shoes, and they call for volunteers to run the project. Not you, though, because you've done the program, you're confident in yourself, you've built your comfort zone, you've expanded your potentiality, you know what you're capable of, you're going to put your hand up, and you're going to step up and stand out, and you're going to get the future job. You're going to be the one the big bosses recognize, and this is the program to help you do that. Now, on the 30th of August, we've got our High Impact Presentations course. I love this program. I teach this program. Why do I love it? Well, because if I'm teaching the Dale Carnegie course, the main modules take 12 weeks. It takes at least 4 weeks before people start to really get what this course is about and start to make progress. By the time we get to weeks 10, 11, 12, they're on fire. Now, the beauty of the High Impact Presentations main modules is it's done over 2 days. They come in on morning day 1, they go out evening day 2, they are on fire. They are completely changed. They are unbelievable compared to where they were. And as a trainer, that is a drug. To see your efforts blossom, to see people grow like bamboo before your very eyes, it's phenomenal, so satisfying. And they grow. 2 instructors, 2 days, everything video, because we are doing 2 days of one-on-one coaching. 2 days of it. Think about that. Nobody else can do this. And we're coaching at a high level. You know, I've done 400. No, it's more than that. How many have I done now? Let me just have a quick check. I'm sure changing myself. It's not 400. It's 546 public speeches. Okay? When you go and do presentations training, you ask the instructor, how many public speeches have you given? And be surprised at how few. I've done 546. How many people do you know who've done 546 public speeches? Very few. That is the level of expertise I bring to my class. This is what we do in Dale Carnegie. We walk the talk. We know what we're talking about. We've been out there. We've done it. We've done the hard yards. We know how to present. So when we're teaching you, when we're coaching you, we're doing it from a level of expertise that is unmatched. That's why this course is so powerful. On the 6th of September, we're doing Confident English. This is a great program. You've got Japanese team members. They're employed in your company because supposedly they can speak English. And sometimes the English is not that great. So the company spends money on AKOR classes, English conversation classes. They go to the classes, they come back. Okay, they can say a few things to you in the office over a cup of coffee, they're good. But as soon as they get in that room with the visiting VIPs, or they get on the call overseas with their colleagues based in other countries, they shut up, they clam up, they don't speak up, they're silent. They're terrified. They're thinking, all my Japanese colleagues in this room are going to think my English is terrible, and they're going to think, you know, I'm hopeless. I'm going to lose face. I'm going to be embarrassed. Oh, the best thing I can do is say nothing. That way no one will know. So you've just blown all that money on AKOR classes, English conversation classes, and you've lost the time, and you still don't have the expertise level that you need. Send them to us. We fix that problem. They've got enough grammar. Japanese usually know more about English grammar than I know. They've got enough vocabulary to be understood. That's not the problem. The problem is it's psychological, it's inside their head, it's the confidence. We help them overcome that problem. Also on the 6th of September, we are going to have our next set of previews of classes which are coming up. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. As professional salespeople, we go through the process of asking questions about where they are now and where they want to be to gauge the distance between the two to see if there's a possibility of the client taking immediate action. If they think they can get from point A to point B under their own steam, then we have no urgency in play. And we won't do a deal today. We are looking for what changes need to happen to get from point A to point B and what is possibly blocking the path. Usually we have what they need to clear that blockage and help them make it to where they want to be. And we can do it faster and cheaper than they can do it on their own. Given 100 years, anyone can get to the goal, which is why we always emphasize the time it takes to get there and the consequent opportunity cost of unnecessarily waiting. We also want to know what all of this means for them personally in career terms. If we solve the issue, how will this help them inside the company? Even if they don't proffer an immediate answer, we get them thinking about their own self-interest and subtly make the point we are here to help them in that endeavor. In Japan, the chances are strong that we will need to come back to them with the details of the solution for them, and there will be another meeting required. This is the point where we may be tempted to pack up and head out the door. Before we do that, we should just pause and wait a moment to see if they're going to add anything additional to the conversation about what they need. Remember, we are experts at this. We are doing this questioning gig all day long, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. They are not experts in this field. They will only be on the receiving end of this occasionally, because most of the time they will be getting smashed with a pitch by our competitors. Consequently, their brain will be slowly digesting the essence of our message and processing it. Further things will occur to them, especially toward the very end of the meeting, and we should allow for that. So once you finish talking, just sit there for a moment. Don't say anything, and just look at them in silence. 15 seconds is a very long pause. And at this point we ask, is there anything else I should know before I come back to you with our proposal? And then, shut up! Don't add, garnish, or expand on what you have said. You'll be surprised at what comes out when you do this. I must say, I always am. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today, use it, and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.